You know me. I love exploring natural ways to improve health. There's something so fascinating about discovering new trends and remedies that promise to make us feel better, stronger, and more energetic. I'm always on the lookout for simple changes that can have a big impact on my well-being, and I know many of you are too. Whether it's a new superfood, a wellness routine, or a supplement, I'm eager to dig in and see what the science and real people have to say. So, when I kept hearing about apple cider vinegar pills, I had to learn more. It seemed like everywhere I turned, someone was talking about these little capsules. Social media, friends, even patients in my clinic were asking about them. The buzz was impossible to ignore, and I wanted to understand what was behind all the excitement. These little capsules contain dehydrated ACV, offering a convenient alternative to that strong-tasting liquid. For anyone who's ever tried to drink straight apple cider vinegar, you know it's not exactly pleasant. The pills promise all the benefits without the harsh taste or risk of damaging your teeth, which is a big plus for a lot of people. People were raving about ACV pills for everything from weight management to better digestion. Some claimed they felt more energized, others said their cravings were reduced, and a few even mentioned clearer skin. It seemed like these pills were being hailed as a miracle in a bottle, and the testimonials just kept coming. Could this be true? I was skeptical, but also very curious. I've seen plenty of health fads come and go, and I know that not everything lives up to the hype. But I also believe in keeping an open mind and giving new things a fair shot, especially when so many people are talking about them. As a doctor, I believe in trying things for myself. That's the only way to really know. Before I recommend anything to my patients or friends, I want to experience it firsthand, do my research, and see if it truly makes a difference. So, I decided to put these tiny pills to the test and find out if they live up to the big hopes people have for them. When I first started taking ACV pills, my main goal was pretty simple. I wanted to see if they could actually help boost my energy levels throughout the day. I'd heard so many people talk about how apple cider vinegar could make you feel more awake and alert, but I was honestly a bit skeptical. I'm someone who's always juggling a lot. Work, errands, social stuff. So I was really hoping for something that could help me avoid that dreaded afternoon slump. Most days, I'm constantly on the move, and by the time the afternoon rolls around, I usually hit a wall. You know that feeling. Your energy just drops, and it's hard to focus or get anything done. I was curious if ACV pills could make a difference, even a small one, in how I felt during those low-energy hours. So, during that first week, I paid close attention to how I was feeling. I kept a little journal and marked down my energy levels each day, just to see if there were any noticeable changes. Honestly, I didn't notice any huge shifts right away. My energy levels felt about the same as usual, and I still had those moments where I just wanted to take a nap at my desk. But there was one thing I did start to notice. After meals, I felt a bit less bloated than I normally do. Usually I get that heavy, uncomfortable feeling after eating. But with the ACV pills, it seemed to ease up a little. It wasn't a dramatic change, but it was enough for me to take note and wonder if it was connected. Could that be the ACV pills working? Or was it just a coincidence? At this point, it was honestly too early to tell for sure. But even a small improvement felt promising, and it made me want to keep going and see what would happen over the next few weeks. I also made sure to drink plenty of water throughout the day, since I'd read that staying hydrated is really important when you're taking ACV. I wanted to give the pills the best chance to work, so I tried to stick to a healthy routine overall. It was just the beginning, but I was definitely curious to see what changes, if any, would show up next. As I entered week 2, I thought I felt a difference in my energy. I wasn't dragging quite as much in the afternoon. Maybe the ACV was finally kicking in. My digestion also seemed smoother, with less of that uncomfortable full feeling. But then came week 3. I started experiencing some mild heartburn, which I rarely get. Could it be the ACV pills? I decided to cut back to just 1 pill a day instead of 2 to see if that helped. Thankfully, the heartburn subsided when I reduced my dosage. By the end of week 4, I had to be honest with myself. While I did experience some minor improvements in digestion, my energy levels weren't dramatically different. I also did some research on ACV pills. While some small studies suggest potential benefits, more research is needed. It's important to remember that supplements like this aren't regulated by the FDA in the same way as medications. So, would I recommend ACV pills? That's a question I get asked a lot, and honestly, it's not a simple yes or no. My journey with apple cider vinegar pills has been a mix of curiosity, hope, and a fair bit of research. I started out skeptical, wondering if these little capsules could really make a difference, or if they were just another wellness trend. Based on my experience, I'd say they could be worth a try for some people, especially if you struggle with digestion or want a convenient way to add ACV to your routine. I noticed some mild improvements in how I felt after meals, and it was definitely easier than drinking straight vinegar. However, don't expect miracles. The effects are subtle, and it's not a magic fix for weight loss or energy. Everyone's body is different, so your results may vary. Science hasn't definitively proven the benefits of ACV pills. While some small studies suggest potential digestive or blood sugar benefits, the evidence is still limited and sometimes conflicting. Most research has focused on liquid vinegar, not pills, and many claims you see online aren't backed by strong scientific proof. It's important to be cautious and not get swept up by hype or marketing. If you're considering trying them, talk to your doctor first, especially if you have any health conditions or take medication. ACV pills can interact with certain drugs or worsen some medical issues, so professional advice is always a good idea. Your doctor can help you weigh the potential benefits and risks based on your unique health profile. Start with a low dose and see how your body reacts. Pay attention to any changes, both positive and negative, and don't hesitate to stop if you notice anything unusual. Remember, supplements aren't regulated as strictly as medications, so quality can vary between brands. And remember, a healthy lifestyle with a balanced diet and regular exercise is still the most important thing. No supplement can replace the benefits of nutritious food, movement, and self-care. Use ACV pills as a small part of your wellness routine if you like, but focus on the bigger picture for lasting health.